The puzzle had hovered in the center of the celestial research spire for 173 galactic years, an elegant, crystalline polyhedron wrapped in shifting fractal glyphs. It had emerged from the ruins of the precursor vaults, older than any known civilization, immune to brute force, resistant to decoding, and impervious to every algorithm the galaxy's brightest species had thrown at it. The Varelian scholars had named it simply, the impossible problem. It had been fed into megastructural quantum cores, dark matter neural clusters, and starbrain simulations. One after another, the machines returned the same verdict. Unsolvable. For the Varelians, arguably the galaxy's most intellectually sophisticated species, this was a wound to their collective pride. Their head scholar, High-Optic Cell, had personally overseen 46,993 distinct approaches, each more complex than the last. And every time, the puzzle pulsed a polite but infuriating tone that translated roughly to, "Try again." So, when the Interplanetary Human Exchange Program sent an Earth representative, Cell had expected a biologist, or maybe a mathematician. Instead, he got Alex Rivera, a systems technician from New Mexico with a backpack, a dry sense of humor, and a coffee habit that seemed medically concerning. Cell, attempting civility, guided Alex to the floating artifact. "This is the most complex cognitive object the galaxy has ever encountered," Cell declared. "Please do not touch anything." Alex very deliberately touched it. Cell went rigid. "Human. That object is warm," Alex said, turning it slightly in his hands. "Huh. Didn't expect that." The puzzle interfaces only with authorized neural. The glyphs shimmered. The polyhedron brightened. Cell's 12 eyes blinked out of sync. "It has never responded to contact before." Alex shrugged. "Maybe it's just been lonely." The Varelians gathered around in a circle, whispering furiously in harmonics that would have shattered human eardrums if not for the translator patch. Alex tuned them out and rotated the object, watching the light patterns flow like sand in a glass sphere. "So," Alex said, "what exactly have your supercomputers been trying to do with this thing?" Cell puffed indignantly. "We have analyzed every orientation, every permutation of every visible glyph, the quantum substrate beneath the surface, its temporal echo, gravitational signature, and more. It contains layers of meaning beyond comprehension." Alex nodded absently. "Did you ever?" "I dunno, flip it?" The chamber fell silent. Cell's lenses focused. "Flip. You know." Alex turned the polyhedron upside down. "Like this." The puzzle emitted a chime, a loud one, followed by a cascading unfurling of light that rippled through the entire chamber. Parts of the crystalline shell folded away like flower petals. A holographic star map blossomed into existence. Thousands of tiny coordinates shone in the air like suspended diamonds. Cell's jaw segment unhinged. That is the precursor index. We've been searching for this for centuries." A smaller burst of light formed a line of text in simple, universal script. "Congratulations. Step 1 complete." "Step 1. Cell gasped. "Oh boy," Alex muttered. "There's more." The chamber erupted with alarms of joy, Varelian victory tones, which unfortunately sounded very similar to human fire sirens. Scholars rushed forward, bowing toward Alex as though he had slain a god. Cell shook with a mixture of awe and indignation. "How," Cell whispered, "did you solve what no machine, no scholar, no civilization could decipher?" Alex scratched the back of his neck. "Look, I grew up with those wooden maze toys where you tilt the ball around. Whenever the instructions were too complicated, my mom just said, try looking at it from another angle." He rotated the holographic projection, watching planets blink in and out. "Besides," he added, "sometimes the simplest answer is the one you never bother trying." But our supercomputers attempted 90 trillion configurations. "Yeah," Alex said, "but did you ever tell them to stop thinking so hard?" Cell stared. Not one of his species had ever, in recorded history, considered telling a quantum megabrain to think less. It was, academically speaking, heresy. But the results floated right there in the open air, undeniable. The precursors had left behind a message encoded in simplicity, one only a species comfortable with trial, error, and occasional chaos could uncover. A species that doodled on napkins, that broke problems apart with wrenches, that tried the upside-down way just because. Cell looked at Alex with newfound reverence. "Your people, you are unpredictable." Alex grinned. "Thanks. We try." The puzzle chimed again, drawing attention back to itself. The second layer of the map morphed into a new symbol. Step 2, ask the right question. Cell folded his limbs. "What does that mean?" Alex sipped his coffee, thinking. "Well," he said, "maybe we start by turning this upside down too." And in the center of the galaxy, the machines waited, ready to calculate again, while humanity, once more, prepared to solve the impossible by doing the unthinkable.